Joining me now to dig deeper into this issue is the executive director of the Center for Human Rights and Constitutional Law Foundation, Sergio Pettis. We are so fortunate to have you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to start with this argument that we've heard from the White House that this judge's order didn't apply because the flights were already over international waters. Does that carry any weight with you?
It doesn't. That's total bunk. A court order issued from the bench has the same force on a plane of the type that was flying as any other place or space. This administration has continuously shown itself to have a lack of care for the rule of law, and this is another example of that.
Well, we heard from the border czar, Tom Homan, saying that these judges are getting in the way of Trump's agenda and that they are not going to retreat, that they are going to double down. Let's take a listen to what he said.
The president did the right thing. I stand by it. I thought we removed in one day over 200 dangerous people, including MS-13. It was the right thing to do. And I see the video that President Bukele put out. It's a beautiful thing. These people are going to be held accountable. We removed terrorists. That should be a celebration. We removed terrorists from this country, and I stand by what the president did.
What do you make? I think that that's an argument that might resonate with a lot of Trump supporters, that these are dangerous people that shouldn't be in this country. Why get in the way of this process?
It's nothing but propaganda, and there hasn't been a process. I think we should hesitate to even call these deportations. Deportations are things that happen after a legal process is followed. But the expulsions or renditions of these individuals to El Salvador was not the product of a process. It's a product of an executive branch that has labeled certain individuals as undesirable and has shipped them out. No one else has been able to vet those decisions. And we aren't talking about real people with real lives and real families here. On the flights to El Salvador, news reports are already showing that we're talking about the parents of American citizens. Sorry, the parents of American citizens being shipped out. We're talking about individuals who have not been found guilty of any crimes. They have been ruled to be associated with a criminal gang by the executive branch, not by a court, not by a judge. And it's an example of what's been happening now over the last 2 months. The Trump administration has been labeling individuals, students, regular folks in our community, and has been shipping them out to countries that they didn't come from. First it was Costa Rica, then it was Panama, now it's El Salvador, all without the normal judicial review that this country has built its democracy on. Right,
this idea of due process. I want to take a step back and talk big picture because Trump ran on mass deportations. We even saw people holding signs that said that at the Republican National Convention. And then we got the numbers out from February, and it turned out the Trump administration actually deported fewer people in February of this year than Biden did in February of last year. So how much of this is bluster and posturing and fear mongering, and how much of this reflects like a genuine change from the top?
I think it does reflect a genuine change because of the types of individuals that this administration is expelling from our country. They're not the class of folk that they claim to be targeting. We're not looking at hardened criminals. We're looking at members of our community. We're looking at activists. We're looking at individuals who have built lives in this country, have paid their taxes, and are part of the fabric of our towns and our cities. And so it is a real change from what has happened before. Something that I want to highlight for you is also that our borders are essentially closed, meaning they used to be open and available for folks who could claim credible fear, who were here seeking asylum from places that were no longer safe for them. And what has the Trump administration done? It has shut our doors to people like Christian converts from the Middle East, to individuals who have suffered rape and gang violence in the countries where they hail from. They have made it to Mexico after treacherous journeys, and instead of being interviewed to see whether they deserve asylum in our country, they are not being interviewed. They're being immediately shipped out to places they are not from, and they're being sent into black holes where journalists and attorneys can't get to them. And that is very, very troubling. That is not in line with the values of this country. You mentioned that the law that he is relying on in sending people to El Salvador is from the founding days of this republic. What's also from those founding days is a right to liberty, is a right to justice. It's a right to due process. And this administration is sacrificing all of that through the demonization of regular individuals who are often already a part of our communities and have built lives here.
Well, there's so much to cover. I wish we could get to more. I know a lot of people also covering this case of the Columbia journalism or the Columbia student there. Sergio Perez, I hope you will come back and join us again.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage, and click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.